What up, YouTube? You already know. Big Lou tapping back in with what it do with Big Lou NFZ on 2. Baby. So look, this is gonna be a quick little video. I have a live set up. I was late. The live should have been going already 15 minutes ago. Unfortunately, I had a few things to do. I got an important phone call. Um, and heading to take these dogs over here to this park. Just got off work, and then I'll have to head home, get on the freeway, and head back. Um, Anyways, this is a quick little video to somewhat, I guess it could be considered somewhat of a reaction video, but then again, it's not a reaction video because this individual, and shouts out to J-Handz at Renegade Media, I believe it is. I know it's Renegade. I believe it's Media. The individual's named J-Handz. He's an artist. I guess you can catch some of his music on Spotify and Apple and things like that. Punch in J-Handz. He's got some cool beats. He's got some cool lyrics. I listen to a little some of it, what I catch on the intros and things. But this is an individual that did 15 years. So let me explain. So it's not really It's not a reaction to just one video. It's a reaction to many of his videos that I've watched and heard, and it's basically to tell him, that I'm with the message. I appreciate his message. As far as to these youngsters and even young men and even older guys, like I always tell you guys, the light bulb didn't go off for me. I was already 38, 39 years old when I finally started to make some changes, right? And now I'm 44, almost 45. And so, anyways, basically, I want to somewhat, I guess, piggyback off what he says, or just give my stamp of approval. Not in like, oh, here I'm some main, or I'm some big figure or something like that. No, just for those that watch that are subscribed to me that aren't subscribed to him, maybe they'll go over there and want to watch too. That's what I mean by that. And basically he gives, he says this, he's got this little slogan: one life, one chance, one chance to do it right. Basically he's saying, now that you got the second chance on life, for such as himself and me, I say I got 5 6 chances, maybe even 10 chances. I don't know exactly the number, but nonetheless, we grow up, thinking that being a certain way is what's up and how it should be. And in reality, we end up finding out, for a lot of us, that we really didn't mean shit. We were expendable all along. And, they just push you to the side and discard you like trash. You know what I'm saying? Basically, and what I mean by that is, and you guys always hear me saying, making things, comments about people that take blood oaths and things like that, right? But for a lot of us out there, a lot of people that've been through the struggle of going in and out of the joint and stuff like that, especially here in California, they didn't make that. They haven't made that commitment, a blood oath commitment. But yet, they're still, you know, stabbed in the back and betrayed and thrown under the bus for personal gain, or personal protection. So in other words, let me throw it off on this person so I don't get in hot water, even though I'm really the person that should be in the hot water. That type of shit. That's what I mean by throwing under the bus. Because everybody knows I don't really go into details about things, as far as positions and certain names and titles. I just don't like doing that. I definitely don't talk about group segments as far as the big boys and things like that. The OC over here in California, and I do say this though. I do say the difference between this OC here and the Italians back back east, and the Italian organization, is that the inside runs the outside. That's a proven fact. It's the other way around when it comes to them. I mean, unless you're the boss, of course you'll be the boss, but still, you don't have your say on that day to day operations. Somebody else is placed in that position, and only time you really say something if there's something really big that needs to be decided on, and they're only really doing that for respect. You know what I'm saying? Most of the time. So that's the Vic Amusos, the Carmine Persicos, even though Carmine's passed now, but Vic Amuso's still alive. He's been down since what, 94, I think, 92. He's in his 80s now. So he's still in that position, but yet, obviously he has somebody else appointed as acting boss day to day, that runs the day to day for that family. So I don't get it all into those names, but I will say this, and I've seen this 1,000 times. Plus, I lived it myself. here we are thinking we're important, that we belong to this collective, this we're not actually members of the entity, but we're foot soldiers, we're associates and such. But at the end of the day, it's so much easier to not even look into things, take people's word for things, and discard you and throw you out to the wolves. You know what I'm saying? Pretty much, and you youngsters out there, you guys need to wake up, man. Wake up, because you're gonna find yourself in similar positions, where a lot of times it ain't really your fault, but it's because you were guided wrongly, or you were schooled wrongly, or you weren't given the proper. Sometimes it just shit happens, and it's explainable, and it's simply, something that's happened, that's something simple that can be explained why something happened, but yet they don't want to hear it, because at the end of the day, it's all about this. So if you somehow mess that pipeline up for them, you're going to be held accountable. You're going to be the blame. You're going to be, you're going to be the odd man out. You're going to be the one to blame. You're going to be the one that gets the short end of the stick, and you will be removed and victimized and uh, hurt, most likely, if not, and maybe even killed. And God forbid that happens, right? So, a lot of you kids you guys don't understand, you youngsters don't understand what you're getting yourself into when you go into the system, because you will mind somebody and you will fall under somebody. Very rarely does somebody not fall up under somebody. And even when you think you're going with a group that, they don't actually gangbang, like a paisa, you might go in there and it's a paisa, you'll find out that they got their own politics too. You know what I'm saying? You might go in there as other, and guess what? They got their own politics too. It might not be extreme as the Latino groups, the North and South, but nonetheless, you will mind somebody. You're not going to just go in there and be another, or be a paisa and just act a fool and think they're just going to be okay with it. And that's not how it works. You will mind somebody. You will follow suit, and you know what I'm saying. And how better not to have to go through that than not to go through that. You know what I'm saying? Don't go to prison and then start getting. I mean, no, don't get me wrong. There's nothing wrong with that, because you're doing things right by going to, getting your BA, your BS, anything in school, get your GED. But why not do it while you're out here free, when you got all your freedom? You know what I'm saying? Why go through all that period? Yeah, does it help build people's character and help form who they are today? Of course. But you can't tell me that for no reason. You can't tell me any reason that would have me agree that, oh, yeah, go do 5 years and it'll make you a better person. You know what I'm saying? I mean, yeah, it might make you a better person, but my point, my contradiction, or my pushback on that is that, why not work on yourself while you're out here now in the free world? Why not do whatever you got to do to better yourself while you're out here in the free world, than to do it when you're behind the walls? You know what I'm saying? Now, don't get me wrong. Again, if you're in those positions behind the walls, yes, do everything they got. Maximize the resources that they give you to better yourself, of course. But let's do it while you're out here. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather work any day. I'd rather be working any day than to be, my put it this way, my worst day out here, I would take over any day than my best day in there. Put it that way. You know what I'm saying? Because you never know what's going to happen. You never know a lockdown. You can't get on the phone to call your loved ones. You can't, the visits got canceled. Here you got a visit coming on Saturday, and now something happened on the yard Thursday afternoon yard, and now the visits are going to be canceled. Packages now, now your group segment just went on knockdown. This package you've been waiting for a whole month, guess what? Now it just got pushed it just got put on the back burner, and now it's going to be probably another couple of months before you even see that package. You know what I'm saying? And there might have been some things you really needed on there, and you're not going to see it. You know what I'm saying? So privileges always seem to get pushed back, even when you per se didn't have nothing to do with nothing, but your group did, and so therefore you're going to get punished, and that's just the way it works. So shouts out to J-Handz, shouts out to the message he's been pushing. Um, shouts out to, he gives a little education, of what he's learned. Some of the things has been different, is different from how I learned it, and from what I know per se from some of the old timers that I know personally. But that happens. History gets distorted over time, and things get changed somewhat, and it's inevitable. That's just the way it is. You're talking 50 something years of history, you know what I'm saying, dating back to like 1965 until present day. You're talking, what, 59, 58 years, so it is what it is. But J-Hand's definitely got a good message. He's on track. He works. He just had a baby. Congrats to him on the baby. And go check out his channel. Again, his name is J-Handz. He raps. If you're into rap music, he's from Northern California. Uh, I guess you can find his music on Spotify and Apple, I believe. And if not, they go to his channel and check him out on YouTube at Renegade Media. Um, he don't sugarcoat nothing. He tells it straight up how his story, and he says straight up where he messed up, what he could have did better, what he should have did better, what he, how he got done dirty as far as like, on schooling and things like that of that nature. And he keeps it real. So hey, he don't knock nobody. If you want to be with something, he don't knock you. You know what I'm saying? So you got to respect that too. I don't know him personally. He don't know me personally. I've never heard of him. He probably's never heard of me, other than maybe this YouTube. Um, it's the world's pretty big out there. You know what I'm saying? Even though we're both from Northern Cali, we're still from a couple hours away from each other, and there's a lot of homeboys. You know what I'm saying? Plus, I'm a lot older than him. But it's all good in Hollywood. So, shouts out J-Handz to you and your family, homie. Keep pushing. Do your thing, and I like that one chance, or one life, one chance. It's catchy. You know what I'm saying? And continue doing you. With that being said, Big Lou, Daisy Queen, aka Daisy Azula, she's back there somewhere, and Campeón del Mundo, aka Champ, is tapping out. Be sure to check out these shorts I'm about to drop. Some old low rods, hot rods, and I'm gonna be posting those shortly here. All right, peoples, it's the weekend again. As I always say, be safe, be aware, know your surroundings. If you get that gut feeling that something ain't right, get up out of there. Also, get in your car, lock them doors immediately. Don't give nobody the upper hand to walk up on you, open your door, and now you're a sitting duck. Make sure you're gonna go out there and have a good time. Make sure you have either a designated driver. If not, make sure you have a Uber account open or Lyft account open. That way you can get a hold of them and get a ride. If not, taxi. If not, you have to walk. You just got to walk. It's a lot better catching that drunk in public than to catch a domestic or a vehicle or manslaughter. And if you don't got to take my word for it, go watch Stay Awake TV and listen to Styx's story. Okay, 3-4 blocks away from his house, cousin gets out of prison. They're celebrating his release, and they get in an accident. Cousin dies. He goes to jail, and they were literally a few blocks away from his house. So at that shorter distance, that little of a time, it can happen. And now a lot of your life's thrown away. So be smart, peoples, when it comes to you, your safety, your life, your freedom, and all that. Okay, tapping out.